Good morning, welcome to our junior meeting. As you can see, it's in a slightly different format, but nevertheless we are giving you the same information. So this morning we will talk to you about the changes that your children will experience as they move from the infants to the juniors. So in Level 1, Mrs Graham and Mr Moody will be their class teachers, and Mrs Gash and Mrs Thomas will be their teaching assistants. Part of my role will be to monitor the children's school planners, and within that is their reading records as well. So please ensure that these are up to date every evening, with the time taken being assigned, and that they read every night as well, just the same way as they are used to doing in transition. If you do have any concerns, the first port of call will obviously be the class teachers, and if any matters need to be taken further, then please contact me and we can arrange a meeting. Over to you, Mrs Graham.
Good morning everybody. I will be teaching your children on a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday in Lower 1, and Mr Moody will be teaching on Thursday and Friday. We will be both teaching numeracy and literacy. I will then be teaching science, RE and art. I will also be responsible for setting the children's spellings on a weekly basis. Mr Moody will be teaching history alongside English and maths. He will be teaching history, geography, VR, non-VR, and Mr Moody will be setting the children times tables on a weekly basis too. As Mrs Mongelard has just said, the children will be receiving a student planner. Before the end of term, we will give the children a stationery list.
Stationery, while we're talking about stationery, pencil cases should be about this size, so not too big, because everything does have to fit into their desk. Please make sure they have more than one writing pencil, because generally they aren't very good at finding things or looking properly. So the more writing pencils they have, the more likely they are to be able to find one. Please make sure they have a decent pencil sharpener. Don't give them anything that looks like a toy. If you give your child a pencil sharpener or a rubber that looks like a toy, they will use it like a toy. So don't be surprised if they get distracted. So please, a rubber that looks like a rubber would be great. Rulers, 30 centimetres, clear plastic. Don't have ones that are really flexible, because they will try and bend it into lots of different shapes, and then it will be no good for drawing straight lines.
And we hope to see the children this week, and we can talk through the stationery list with the children, and we will also just introduce them to our planners so they are familiar with them when they start in September. We expect the children to work for 40 minutes daily on their homework, and the children will be receiving, and we will give this to the children before the end of term, a homework timetable, so it's clear for you at home so that you know what to expect. So on a Monday we have a reading comprehension evening for homework. On a Tuesday it will be topic or mathematics, and Lower 1 spelling test is on a Tuesday too. On a Wednesday the children will be issued their new spellings, and that evening the children begin to learn those spellings, and they have to write either a sentence including their weekly spelling, so they will write 10 sentences a week, but sometimes at the beginning of Lower 1, sometimes the children find that a little bit tricky, so we do encourage the children to write definitions too. On a Thursday we have maths and a times table test, and Friday topic or VR, non-VR.
Your children will be doing a new topic in Lower 1. They'll be doing verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning. Children generally enjoy these topics as it is largely a thinking activity and doesn't require a great deal of recording. At most it generally requires writing 1 or 2 letters or even a word at maximum. It is kind of like the quizzes that you get in the back of the Sunday supplements for adults, so it will be things like codes. Non-verbal reason will be looking at patterns and seeing the odd one out, and so on and so forth. Obviously, as it goes through the school, it will build in complexity, and the children all generally enjoy it. Times table tests take the form of a weekly one. To start with, it will be the 2, 5 and 10 times tables. So there's 18 questions. The children have a maximum of 5 minutes to do the questions, and they record the time they have taken on the sheet. We then mark them together and they will then take the sheet home so you can see which questions they got wrong. After that, after the 2, 5 and 10s, we'll be moving on to the 3s, and generally we learn a new table each half term.
So the main difference with the children from the infants to the juniors is the increased independence and responsibility. So children in the juniors are offered a wider variety of clubs to participate in. A club list will be issued at the beginning of the school year. Please be mindful of that transition into the juniors, as the school day has increased in duration and responsibility. So if they're then doing a club every single night, this can really increase their week by 6.25 hours. So let's just try and ease them in gently, I think. Obviously, in September we are going to be governed by the regulations and restrictions from COVID. So, you know, where I am saying that the club list will be issued in September, we are hopeful of that, but that might not happen, so just bear with us.
In addition to the clubs, the children will have the opportunity to take part in an extension club if they are invited, and this will take place during the working day. 6 children will take part, and we have a writing extension, a reading extension, a maths extension and a VR non-VR extension. And this happens every half term. The children are given, those 6 children are given the opportunity to attend these lessons. This usually takes place on a Friday, and the 6 children will be chosen every half term. These children can change, and we will use our assessments to make this decision. And when the 6 children are taking part in these sessions, Mr. Moody will provide extra support within the classroom environment to extend or support the rest of the class.
It's just worth saying that I will move my timetable around, so the children will be covering the same subject area. So if the extension is VR, I'll move my timetable around so the rest of the class are doing VR, so the children in extension don't miss out, and the children within the classroom will still be covering a similar topic.
We, as I've said before, we will meet your children this week, and we will introduce ourselves, and we will then be going through their summer holiday homework. And this summer we would like the children to complete a summer diary. So we will give the children an exercise book, and the children can fill their diary up and make it personal to them. We will provide you with different templates, writing frames, different ideas that the children can cover them. The children can complete lots of different artwork, creative tasks, photos. I know it's potentially going to be a different summer this summer, but we would love to know what the children have been up to in the 6 weeks, and the children will be given the opportunity during that first week back to share their wonderful summer holiday experience with their class. So we will explain to the children, and you will also receive a pack before the end of term, so you have all of those resources at home during the summer.